Welcome to Hot Boxing Talk. We spoke to Cyril and Hayden with regards to Deontay Wilder defending his WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World, and also discussing this upcoming weekend's fight, this unification between Victor Postol and of course Terence Crawford. This is the Hot Boxing Talk. Last week saw WBC Heavyweight Champion of the World Deontay Wilder successfully, and probably we all thought that he would successfully defend his championship against Chris Arreola. A workmanlike performance, winning in the eighth round. No one thought Chris would win the fight. Your take on where does Chris Arreola go right now?
I think any chance of him being world champion is gone. I see him more now becoming a stepping stone for guys who are up and coming. Yeah, I don't see him becoming champion.
He fought Klitschko. He's had several shots at the World Championship. Where do you think he should go? If you were his manager, what would you advise him to do? Don't tell him retire, because he wants to carry on fighting.
Yeah, no, for sure. A couple of international titles. I mean, there's no ruling out one day eventually climbing back to the top. But do you see him going there? Possibly not. But give the guy a chance, you know. Let him win a few international belts.
He's had a few chances. Speaking of the winner, Deontay Wilder, getting better and better, 30 years old, still unbeaten. There's lots of talk about him fighting Anthony Joshua. Do you think that fight should happen now, bearing in mind that Joshua should be fighting Joseph Parker? Should he get through, which a lot of people anticipate that he will, do you think the two of them should get in the ring and see who's the best?
Yes, get into the ring. That's a super fight, a genuine super fight. I would love to see the two of them fight, and I think now is a good time for both of them.
And speaking of the heavyweight division, with Tyson Fury backing out of a fight or being injured again, he's kind of losing a lot of limelight based on the fact that he's not actually getting in the ring and fighting.
Well, you know, who else doesn't benefit is Vladimir Klitschko, because, I mean, the guy is old,
True.
you know, he's not going to, he needs to fight, and Tyson Fury isn't winning any fans, but I don't think he really cares, to be honest.
No, he doesn't care, and he's just given birth to another child. Speaking of unbeaten fighters, this weekend is a super fight in America and globally as well. WBO and WBC world champions get into the ring. Victor Postol and Terence Crawford collide to see who is the best junior welterweight in the world. And don't tell me the unbeaten guy, because both guys are unbeaten. Who are you going with and why?
It's a tough fight, a genuine tough fight for both guys. I would lean towards Crawford. But only just.
But you can say that on social media. Neither could I. I'm going with Terence Crawford. I'm a Freddie Roach guy. I'd love Victor Postol to win. But I'm just going with a guy with the smoothest skills. But then again, this is boxing. Anything can happen. Who are you going with and why?
This is a genuine 50-50 fight, but I am leaning towards Crawford. Just more tools to his game, not over-reliance on his height and reach. And in being in a lot more bigger fights.
So with the three of us all going for Crawford, maybe I should go for Postol. Great news for South African boxing last week. Nolasani Normevo and Dongeni signed a co-promotional agreement with Banner Promotions in conjunction with Golden Gloves. Big news for him, and what does it mean for him and South African boxing?
International exposure, which in boxing I think it's huge. It's probably what everybody aims for. I mean, international exposure, and it would be great seeing him fight overseas. So yeah, this is good news for him.
Lusana Komanisi, the IBO featherweight champion of the world, defended it at championship twice, has signed with Greg Cohn in America. What does it mean for him?
Oh, also, it's a step in the right direction. You know, the guy promotes a lot of big names, and he has previously. So a move to the States, obviously, a step up.
Nicknamed the Mexican really, really hard puncher here in South African boxing. What do you think the future holds for him?
Well, if he keeps knocking people out, the sky's the limit for him. He can go as far as, you know, everybody loves a knockout artist, and he's got the tools to knock people out. So yeah. And
this Sunday, if you're in the Johannesburg area, more specifically, get down to Empress Palace, where Uncle Jeff Ellis African Ring, in conjunction with the Golden Gloves, brings you the South African welterweight championship between Sean Ness and Ayanda Mthembu from Durban. What does this show mean for local talent? Because we've got young DJ Kriel on the ball, we've got Tolani Mbengi on the ball, we've got some really, really young, up-and-coming fighters. What does it mean for them?
I mean, it's a great opportunity for the fans to get out and see the guys of the future, the guys that are going to be on the massive bills in the future. And I like watching the young guys.
You know, maybe we should try and convince these promoters to have like 20, 30 fights over 2 days, like a whole weekend extravaganza for boxing. The two gentlemen have spoken, Hayden and Cyril, right here on Hot Boxing Talk. So that's the end of Hot Boxing Talk for this week. We will catch you again next week. For myself, Colin, Norma Ganjani, Nathan, and Hayden Jones, we'll see you then.